What's up, gamers? Dreamcastguy here, talking today about PlayStation, but not in the way that I kind of imagined. By the way, I just woke up like 2 minutes ago, so if I look a bit distraught, I apologize. But Sony just announced that they're doing another State of Play. The big rumored one that's coming in August is actually real, but it also isn't revealing some of the information we wanted. Right now, a bunch of people, myself included, were curious about the PlayStation 5. What games are we going to be playing? What is the graphics and gameplay going to be like? Let's see that controller in action. And of course, some big important stuff like, when is the PlayStation 5 being released? What is the price going to be? And we now know that this next event is not going to tell us any of that, but instead is going to be primarily focused on PlayStation 4 games. Now let's take a look at this, and I'm going to read their little press release here, and then I want to speculate as to what this actually means. It's been a while, but State of Play returns this Thursday with a focus on third-party published games coming to PS4 and PSVR. We've got a few PS5 game updates on third-party and indie titles you saw in June's PlayStation 5 showcase. Now, that makes me think that we're definitely probably going to be seeing specifically Resident Evil 8. Some of this other stuff, I imagine we'll see a couple other third-party games, but it seems like Sony is really realizing that they can push the Resident Evil 8 stuff because people are so extremely hyped for any part of it. But here we go. The episode is weighing in at 40 minutes, exclamation point. We've got a great lineup in store featuring plenty of new gameplay footage and other game updates. Can't wait to hear what you think. And just to be super clear, there will be no PlayStation Studio updates in Thursday's episodes. There won't be any updates around hardware, business, pre-orders, or dates either. On Thursday, our focus is squarely on showcasing some cool upcoming games coming to the broader PlayStation ecosystem. Should be fun. This new State of Play airs August 6th, Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Yes, I'm going to be live streaming it. You guys know I love live streaming these events, but this to me is very, very surprising. Initially, as soon as I first saw this, I'll be honest, I was a bit taken aback because it sounds like this is mostly going to be a PlayStation 4 showcase. It's going to be a chance to show the final great PlayStation 4 games, but now that we realize it, now that it's been announced, it also kind of makes sense. Because keep in mind, obviously the Nintendo Switch has been a humongous success. It's sold tens of millions of systems. People are still buying tons of games. I mean, people are still buying Mario Kart 8 for the Nintendo Switch. But even still, for that first couple months of the Nintendo Switch, they were still showing a lot of 3DS games. Nothing super major, but they realized that the 3DS is still selling. They need to support that ecosystem. So Sony realizes that they can't just immediately cut and run. The PlayStation 4 already has over 100 million people in its player base. We need to not forget that the PlayStation 4 is incredibly popular still. So while people like me are very, very excited to jump over to the PlayStation 5 and start seeing what those games are going to be like, a lot of people have been very vocal about sticking with PlayStation 4. And I think what Sony's trying to do is, I think they're going to finish out the rest of 2020 trying to show reasons to be happy with your current console. But I do think that this is going to dry up relatively quick. I could imagine that in 2021, once the PlayStation 5 is actually out, I do believe that there will still be some PlayStation 4 games released, but I don't think they'll get the same amount of advertising from Sony themselves. I think it'll be much more third-party stuff, indie projects, anime games, things like that that are still produced, but they'll be released kind of in a quieter standard. Now, the other part of this is the part that I guess I'm sad about, but I'm also understanding of, which is that Sony makes it very, very clear that we're not going to be seeing anything from PlayStation Studios. Not a thing, which means no God of War, no Spider-Man, no chance that we're going to be seeing something along the lines of Days Gone 2. So the PlayStation 5 is still going to remain basically behind closed doors. This is disappointing. It's minorly disappointing. I'm definitely not like upset, but I guess I'm still just so ready to actually sit down and pre-order this bad boy. I'm so ready to just do this, but I guess we'll see what the PlayStation 4 is going to be getting this final year. Yeah, there's going to be some PSVR games, and yes, I own a PSVR, but I'm not really excited about that. You guys know I don't really care about VR, but I guess we're going to be seeing what exactly will be revealed here in just about 72 hours. Once again, I will be streaming it on this YouTube channel and then making a video afterwards, so I guess I'll be seeing you guys bright and early Thursday. Thanks so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. Oh my gosh, I'm not even awake yet. I appreciate you guys watching this video. I'm gonna make the biggest pot of coffee while I edit this. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.